Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to Daily Show. Sorry, Jeff joining us on the line now via Zoom. Good morning. Happy Thursday.
How are you?
Oh man, hanging in there. Happy Thursday to you.
It is February.
I'm just saying, at least we didn't have this cold yesterday, because I think we would have gotten some snow to stick more,
Yeah, I'm grateful that we're not digging out again.
Hey, coming down the pipeline on March the 15th, the 4th annual trivia night that you all are a part of. Before we dive into that, though, fill me in on how Trail Life's been as a whole.
Yeah, so Trail Life is just growing like crazy. There's over 60,000 members in 1,250 troops. So we're just one of those troops. And they're in all 50 states. So I know one of Trail Life's goals for this year is to have a troop within 30 minutes of every person in the U.S. So that's kind of where they're headed. And they're pretty far along that route.
Well, and, take me through that. So how can folks learn a little bit more about what your guys' chapter, has to offer? Or if someone is, maybe a little bit further out of the coverage area and there's not a organization, a Trail Life selection out there, how can they get involved?
Yeah, so the easiest way to get connected to a Trail Life troop anywhere in the U.S. is to just go to findatroop.com, and it'll bring open a map there for you, and you can kind of see what's available close to you. I know that there's at least 10 troops like right in the St. Louis metro area.
Oh,
there's
wow.
a new one starting up down in Columbia. That one should start up, I think, in the fall. But our area that where we're located in Southern Illinois has at least 16 troops. And so in the Metro East area, there's like one in Maryville, there's one in Shiloh. We're located in Fairview Heights. And then, like I was saying, the one in Columbia that's getting started up. So
that's great. And take me through, just because it's been a few years since we've had you on the show, just a little bit about what Trail Life does just as an organization, some of the real, mission statement and the punch to what you guys have to offer.
Sure. Yeah. Trail Life is Christ-centered. It's church-based. So there's a big organization, like a national organization, but it's really focused on churches starting up troops. It's Christ-centered, like I said, boy-focused. And just kind of their goal is to disciple young men. I've been in Trail Life for at least 10 or 11 years with my oldest. And so I've seen that development along the way. Where we're starting to get that like flywheel of leadership flowing with the boys, and they're starting up, they run their own committee meetings and they do lots of planning. We had a lock-in in January that was completely boy-led. So like 16, 17-year-olds, come up with the schedule. They actually run it for the younger boys. And you can really see that development of them, figuring out kind of where they are in the world and how they can be leaders.
Absolutely. And it's just another great organization to, talk about, because parents and guardians alike are always looking for that, better option and, maybe a new start too, or a new thing to try out too. And this is a great one to take a chance on, and getting back into March 15th, the 4th annual trivia night coming down the pipeline. What can we expect from this event?
Yeah, so we've been doing this trivia night for 4 years. We're really excited. We are co-hosting it with our American Heritage Girls troop that meets on the same night as we do. So we both meet Monday nights. It's nice because I have a daughter and I have sons. And so we go on Monday, and all of them have somewhere to go and to, get that development.
Are the groups affiliated?
They are. So at a national level, American Heritage Girls, which has been around a lot longer. Trail Life is about 11 years old. American Heritage Girls is more like 30 plus years.
Oh, wow.
But they are like officially brother-sister organizations. So they work a lot together. And you'll find more American Heritage Girls troops in the area just because they've been around longer. But you tend to see where there's a Trail Life troop, you'll also have an American Heritage Girls troop meeting in the same place.
Wonderful. And, with this trivia night, what does this night mean for your guys' chapter locally, and just and also in terms of the national organization? But for you guys, what is this trivia night all about?
So what we're really trying to do is to make it easy for parents to be in Trail Life, not have like a financial payment that they have to make. And so our goal with this is to pay completely for any fees that boys have for the 2025 through 2026 year. And so if we can get, we're really looking for sponsors that are willing to step up and provide that. You're very little overhead. Pretty much all the money that comes in is going straight to paying for young trailmen to join. And it's a very lean organization, so those fees are not very bad at all. But we still don't want there to be anything like blocking boys from getting involved, just because of all the good stuff we've seen happen.
Well, and I think it's a true testament to what your organization, but the organization as a whole is all about, because you want to make sure that everyone has the same opportunities, no matter what the constraints are. And, take me into that real quick, because I know that, obviously with the Zoom, we're a little bit tighter on time than it would be a phone call just for the way the show works. But I'm so fascinated by this, because you've been there for 10 years and 11 years and being there that long is a testament itself to the work the group does. But what have you seen in terms of true, character building, in terms of true, critical thinking from the children you've been around?
Yeah, so I kind of referenced our event in January, where we had we call it like an indoor camp out. So it's a little bit cold for the younger boys to get out, and so we have them in. They do Nerf battles and dodgeball, things like that, board games, and then they still sleep so they don't go home all crap. But this year, we actually turned that over to our adventurers. Our adventurers are the high school age boys, and we just said, pretend like there are no adults here. You guys are fully in charge. What would you do? So we had, they created that schedule. They planned out the meals that we had. They were ordering pizza and going running to grab that, and, coordinating all of that. They led those events. So they were setting up for them, walking the younger boys through, because we start at 5 years old. So 5 up through 17. And we have about 40 trailmen in our troop. So it was a big event, and but it was really kind of a turning point, I think, for them in leadership, where they're like, oh, like I'm where the buck stops. I got to make sure that this actually goes through and does. I can't turn and be like, hey, Dad, what's going on?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw just a huge, and they're getting involved in all kinds of things. Like, wow. We have a first officer, a second officer, a quartermaster in our troop that are all high school age boys. As they are coming up, even through junior high, they start forming into patrol. So we have junior patrol leaders, and so we really have a good hierarchy of leadership, where it's the first officer, goes down to the patrol leaders and gives them information about like what we're doing. We saw this really happen over the summer, where we did survival training. We did like a whole week of survival training. And so they were helping develop, like, what do we want to do? And, feeding that information back down to the patrols so that they knew what to expect the next day.
Well, and really just think it's so fascinating to hear that, because, I mean, from all of the encompassing parts of what Trail Life does, including, these projects and events, it's great to know, too, that, I mean, all of these things really build toward that bigger goal of, critical thinking and being able to use this, thought process and those processes as a whole throughout your entire life.
Absolutely. I mean, the goal is to build, leaders in the community, good dads, good husbands that are living full lives and really being a good big part of their local community.
Now let me ask you this: are you a trivia guy? Are you pretty good here?
Oh, I love trivia. Even if I don't know it, that means you're learning something. So,
box out of 10, what are you thinking? Like, if you could rate yourself out of 10, box out of 10, what are you calling yourself here? Are you a connoisseur?
I'm probably a 7 or 8. I'm not.
Hey,
There's always a couple.
that's still 10 times better than what I was going to rank myself, because I was going to put myself in the negatives. But, through this night, with, just how you were describing a little bit with the past events and other things you guys do with the group, are they involved in the setting up now that they've kind of shown, hey, we can do this?
Absolutely. So what we have going on is that this year they're actually shadowing all of the leaders that we have. So we have people that are developing the questions, people that are working with the silent auction, and so there's all these different positions that we've had for all the years. And this year we've got trailmen and American Heritage girls that are shadowing, kind of learning the ropes, and the goal is for them to run it in the future. So.
Absolutely. Well, and now, you said sponsors are needed, and would really love to get you a few more right here on the show today. We got some generous people out there and some folks that always want to contribute. Is it a 501c3?
Absolutely.
Oh, good.
Yes.
This is where I come in. Not Uncle Sam. Taxman's coming. Uncle Sam is not coming yet. Don't listen to me. Listen to the Big Four for that stuff. But the Taxman is coming. You need to get those donations in. And if not for this year, do it for the next filing year. See, life's looking good, and you're supporting kids that really just are doing some phenomenal work.
Yeah.
I love it.
And if people are interested in coming to trivia night as well, it'll be a fun night. We'll have a silent auction. Doors open at 6 on the 15th, at March 15th, and then we'll start trivia at 6:30. And so it's a fun night. You'll hear a little bit more from the trailmen and from American Heritage girls, what it means to them. One of the things I like to do when I'm talking to kind of some of the older generation, for me, is I'll ask them about those experiences that they had when they were growing up. And there's so many campsites and places in this area that these boys are the older generation spent their summers, and they were camping out and they went on adventures. And that's what we're trying to provide for these boys. And we're really excited about how it's turning out.
Who's the MC going to be?
We do not have an MC at the moment, so
wow.
No. If you're interested, maybe we can make it happen.
Honestly, I have been this is a true statement. I was booked a year out for a couple of events for March already, but if I didn't, next year you got to call me. I will be a part of it next year. I will be your MC next year.
That would be awesome.
There we go. Well, also, how much are tickets and how many people per table?
So a table is 8 people. If you're coming as an individual, it's $20. But if you reserve a table, it's $120, which ends up being about $15 a person.
Oh, wow.
So very affordable. It's like going to a movie.
It's cheaper than going to a movie.
Yeah. And so if you go to our website for the church, edgemontbiblechurch.org/trivia, you can just click right there and get your tickets. There's also information about being a sponsor, and we already have some sponsors for this year, so they're already up there, and we really appreciate them.
Well, and before I let you go too, what's the best way to get more information? If we can go back to those 2 websites, one for Trail Life, but also to find a troop near us.
Yeah, so if you just do findatroop.com, that will just bring up a map for you. You can put in your zip code, and it'll tell you exactly what you've got locally. And then at traillifeusa.com is more about like trail life in general, like how the program works. And then, we have a really good area team. So we have a point man for Southern Illinois. I'm a new troop organizer for Southern Illinois. People, when they go to that findatroop.com, if they don't have one near them and they're really interested in starting a troop, put your information in. You're going to get a call back from one of us. And just like Columbia, in August, I was down there walking them through what to do. We've had them up to our troop to show them like what it's like to start a troop. They've been through, there's training that you can go to. So it's a very well matured process, and it's very easy to get plugged in.
Absolutely. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for stopping by. Always appreciate chatting it up with you. And best of luck for this trivia night, and let me know how it goes, okay?
Thanks so much.
Not a problem. We'll take a quick break. 10:28, little bit of change, more Daily Show comes back right around the corner in the heart of the 618 right after